Some tonight, our favorite, George Hawkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
Thank you, George. Thank you, thank you.
The 2025 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2025 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. And good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Gutschall. Glad to be with you back here tonight as the Valley League Championship reaches the brink. Game 3 between the 24-19 Charlottesville Sox and the 29-12 Strasburg Express. Charlottesville's coming off of a comeback 8-7 win on a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning to force this Game 3 here tonight. John Gray gets the start tonight for the Express. Gray is a 6'5" righty from Wofford College. He's out of Wilmington, Delaware. And the lineup he will face tonight for the Charlottesville Sox, leading off and playing right field, it's Perry Hargett. Batting second is Kyle Langley, the center fielder. Batting third, Jackson Soroy, the shortstop. Batting fourth is Brock Clayton. He's the DH. Batting fifth, Patrick Nias, the third baseman. Batting sixth is Anderson French, the catcher. Batting seventh is Hudson Lutterman, the first baseman. Batting eighth is Will Genowine, the left fielder. And batting ninth and playing second is Lee Sowers. Breezy and a little bit cooler than we've been used to here for Valley League games, but we're ready to go here in Game 3, and the first pitch of the game misses for ball one at 7:04, and the count is 1-0. Perry Hargett, the leadoff man tonight for Charlottesville, as he has been for a while. He's out of UNC, and he swings and chops it to the left side, foul. The count is 1-1. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Here in game number 3 of the Valley League Championship here on the 30th of July in 2025. 1 ball, 1 strike to Perry Hargett. And he swings and misses 1-2. Hargett hitting .333 here in the playoffs with 4 RBIs. Meanwhile, for Gray, he has 1 appearance. That was a 5-inning start against Winchester. He had 5 strikeouts and didn't give up any earned runs. 1-2. And that misses 2-2. May be able to hear the extra breeze that we have. It's more of a natural breeze tonight compared to the fans that we have plugged up here in the press box. Still some dark skies. There's been a lot of rain in the surrounding area, but so far so good here. 2-2. And a breaking ball, half swing. He went around, and Gray gets the punch out at Perry Hargett for the first out here in the first inning. 1 up, 1 down for Gray and the Express. Here's Kyle Langley, the center fielder. Langley out of James Madison University, 5'11" lefty out of Arlington, Virginia. And he will step in here for the first time. Langley has been pretty dominant here in the playoffs to this point, hitting .380 with a home run and 7 RBIs. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Dimensions here at the ballpark, much different than what you may have seen if you watched last night's game in Charlottesville. 300 feet down the left and right field lines here in Strasburg, 365 to center, 0-1. And that's in there, 0-2. Charlottesville down the right field line is actually a little bit more shallow. It's only 290 down just the right field line. The rest of the park is deeper than First Bank Park. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Gray pulled the string. Back-to-back strikeouts, swinging here in the top of the first for Charlottesville.
Now batting the shortstop from the University of Maryland, number 18, Jackson Soroy.
2 up, 2 down for Charlottesville. Here's Jackson Soroy, the shortstop. Soroy out of the University of Maryland, 6-foot righty, 180. He's out of Leesburg, Virginia. Comes into the playoffs to this point hitting .222, and he takes low, ball 1. The defense tonight for the North Division champion Strasburg Express, and the outfield a little bit different. McCarter in left, Brett Mosley will play center, and Jay Douglas moves over to right. 1-0. And a little bit inside, 2-0. In the infield for Strasburg, Henderson at third, Bowles is at short, Castillo at second, Beaver at first, and Logan Duff will do the catching for the second consecutive night. 2 balls, no strikes to the Charlottesville shortstop, Jackson Soroy. And he fouls it back off the pole, 2-1. Soroy does have 3 RBIs here in the postseason. And he's in a hitter's count 2-1 after the first 2 batters went down on strikes. And he swings and misses at a ball down and out of the zone, 2-2. Gray looking to punch out the side in order here. Alex Bingler will be the starting pitcher tonight for the Tom Sox. We'll see him in the bottom of the first, but right now Charlottesville trying to get something going on offense. 2-2. And a strike 3 called, and John Gray sets the tone here in the top of the first as the Tom Sox go down on strikes, 3 consecutive men, and that'll do it in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Strasburg coming to bat for the first time tonight. Tell you all about their starting lineup right after this. Game 3 of the Valley League Championship here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the bottom of the first. Express coming up to bat for the first time, and they will face the left-hander from James Madison University, Alex Bingler out of Charlottesville. 6'3" lefty, 200. The lineup he'll face for Strasburg, pretty similar to what they've been rolling out every night recently. Leading off and playing short, it's Brady Bowles. Batting second is Paul Osting. He's the DH. Batting third, Eddie Castillo, the second baseman. Batting fourth is Landon Beaver, the first baseman. Brady Bowles out of Panola Junior College steps in, and the first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Batting fifth is Jake McCarter, the left fielder. Batting sixth and playing center, it's Brett Mosley. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Jay Douglas. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Logan Duff. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Brooks Henderson. 1-0 to Bowles. Check swing, pitches a little bit up, 2-0. Bowles is hitting .421 here in the playoffs. He's 8 for 19 with a home run and 6 runs driven in. 2 balls, no strikes from the lefty, Bingler. And that's way outside, 3-0. Numbers for Bingler here in the postseason, not much to tell you about. He's thrown just an inning, no ERA, no strikeouts. And he's behind here 3-0 to lead off the bottom of the first. And that is in there for a strike. Talked about the game last night, very similar to the first game, and the fact that Charlottesville would come back and answer every time Strasburg would put runs on the board. 3-1, fouled away, and now it's 3-2. Strasburg had a lead most of the game. In fact, they led by 2 with 2 outs in the 8th inning before allowing a double to the pinch hitter, Evan Tavares. 3-2, and a foul back will do it again. Tavares with a huge swing to get the Tom Sox even with Strasburg, and then in the 9th inning, a couple of misplays by the Express, and then a sac fly RBI from Luderman. 3-2, and that misses ball 4, Luderman. And a leadoff walk to Brady Bowles to start here in the bottom of the first. So Brady Bowles draws the walk, and here's Paul Osting, the switch hitter out of Western Illinois, out of Louisville, Kentucky. RBI chance here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He was tardy on it. Big, healthy hack, 0-1. Defense tonight for the visiting Tom Sox of Charlottesville. Genowine in left, Langley in center, Hargett at right. Neas at third, Soroya at short, Sowers at second. Luderman at first, French behind the plate, 0-1. That is in there for a strike, 0-2. Osting hitting .357 in the playoffs with an RBI, and that RBI was the game winner a couple of nights ago here in Game 1 to give Strasburg the 1-0 series advantage. 0-2 now to Osting. Bingler sets and deals, and that's high and away, 1-2. Strasburg, the offensive juggernaut in the regular season, and for the most part that's carried over here into the playoffs, even if the lineup is not as strong as it had been at one point. Big thing has been the pitching, and we know at this time of the year for everybody, pitching becomes an issue. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Osting swings and misses. And that's a strikeout, the first out of the first inning for the left-hander Alex Bingler. Brings up Eddie Castillo, the second baseman. Eddie out of the University of New Orleans. He's out of Tallahassee. And he's looking to get out of a little bit of a funk he's been facing at the plate as of late. Just looking for that big hit. Bowles at first, nobody, or 1 out. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. We've been seeing Eddie get a lot of breaking balls lately. Him and Beaver, 2-3 in this lineup, are tough customers. Beaver will have to face the left-handed pitcher at least this first time up. 0-1. And quickly in there for a strike, 0-2. So a leadoff walk and then a strikeout of Osting, and Castillo quickly behind 0-2 here with Landon Beaver on deck. Got to be careful with the left-hander on the mound. The pitch, that's outside, 1-2. Strasburg had to use up a lot of pitching last night, so we'll see what their available options are. They're hoping they can get at least 3 or 4 innings out of Gray, if not more. 1-2, and a foul ball towards the on-deck circle. Beaver had to get out of the way. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Cloudy skies, but like I talked about a little bit ago, we're hoping it'll go around us and we can stay dry and keep this game moving here in this Game 3 winner-take-all for the championship. 1-2. Inside and just off the plate, Bingler was trying to freeze him on a fastball, and Castillo took it for a ball, and the count evens at 2-2. 2-2 to Castillo. Bingler takes a deep breath and deals. Inside, nearly hit him on a breaking ball, and now the count's full at 3-2. Both of these teams hoping that they can get length out of their starting pitching. Charlottesville's used up a lot of arms, and Strasburg as well. 3-2. Bowles at first, 1 out. Runner does not go, and the pitch hits him. Castillo hit by a pitch, and he'll drop down with his left fist on home plate. And that one didn't feel good. He's going to take the base painfully. And the Express have men at first and second now with 1 out. He's going to take his time heading down the line here.
Now batting the first baseman from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, number 15, Landon Beaver.
And after the hit by pitch, it brings up the dangerous Landon Beaver. Led the Valley League in home runs. He's got 1 here in the playoffs. He's out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham. 6'2" left-hander from Smith Station, Alabama. Hitting .307 in the playoffs with the 1 home run and 4 runs driven in. Castillo still feeling that hit by pitch down on his left leg or knee area. And he got banged up last night on a ground ball at second. Ball came up and got him up in the face area, and there was a question of whether he would stay in. Fortunately for Strasburg, he did, and he's back in the lineup tonight. Not a lot of bench depth as you get down to this point of the year for either team. Big spot early here, lefty-lefty matchup, Bingler against Beaver. Here's the pitch. That's way outside on a breaking ball, 1-0. Charlottesville again wearing their visiting uniforms like the lime green tops. Navy blue sleeves, great pants. Strasburg with the camo jerseys here tonight. 1-0. That's away again. 2 balls, no strikes, and Bingler having some control issues early on here. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. A little bit of a sighting of the sun here in the first inning. Not many parts of our area has seen a lot of the sun today. It's been a mainly overcast night. Dangerous count here for Bingler to be in. 2-0. Breaking ball, wave and a miss. Might have been ball 3. He goes with the soft stuff there instead of giving Beaver the fastball. Probably the thing to do if you're Bingler here. He's gotten some swings and misses. It's just trying to put guys away like he did with Paul Osting earlier in the inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big jump off second for Bowles, and pitcher holds and deals. Inside, ball 3, nearly got him. So we saw Castillo nearly get hit, and then he did get hit, and right here, pitch inside. Beaver had to kind of get out of the way. (3-1) with Jake McCarter on deck. Now it's really getting bright at the diamond here, Strasburg. And that is outside, not really that close, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Jake McCarter. McCarter out of High Point University from Westchester, Pennsylvania, 6-foot righty, 210.
Number 8, Jake McCarter.
McCarter hitting .375 in the playoffs. And there was a moment late in the game last night with the bases loaded. You may have seen it if you were watching the broadcast. He hit an absolute tank of a fly ball down the left field line. He couldn't keep it fair. But, I mean, that ball was 400 feet plus last night. He's got a chance here with the bases full, and that's in the dirt, ball 1. McCarter with the home run and 5 RBIs here in the playoffs. Pitching coach coming out to talk to Bingler. Bingler's thrown 24 pitches. Just 10 of them have been strikes. While they talk it over on the mound, we'll step away and be right back. All right, visit to the mound is over here. Big spot early on. Bases full, 1 out, and a 1-0 count for Jake McCarter. Alex Bingler, the left-hander from JMU, in some trouble, looking for a ground ball or a pop-out. 1-0. Swinging a line drive to left. It's down for a base hit and into the corner. 2 runs are going to score. Beaver in the third, and Jake McCarter gets Strasburg on the board here in the first inning. A sharply hit 2 RBI double just over the third baseman Nias's head. And Strasburg leads it early on here. It's 2-0. So he did get a little bit of a cookie there on a 1-0 count and hit that ball very hard. So the leadoff walk comes back to hurt the Tom Sox here in the first. That had some exit velocity on it. So 2 RBIs for McCarter. Here's Brett Mosley, the Strasburg center fielder. Mosley out of Ole Miss. He's out of Trussville, Alabama. He had a good night last night, had a couple of hits, a couple of hustle base hits. He's hitting .421 in the playoffs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Went after a breaking ball out of the zone, 0-1. He also has a home run and 5 runs driven in here in the 2025 Valley League playoffs. Big spot here to add on, though, for Strasburg, and this was part of the issue last night. Even though they had 7 runs, there were a lot of chances where they just didn't take advantage. 0-1. And that's inside. That nearly hit him. 1-1. Just one hit here in the inning so far for Strasburg. A walk, a hit by pitch, and another walk, and then a 2-run double by Jake McCarter. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Beaver at third, McCarter at second. Bingler trying to limit damage here. Swing and a miss again. Mosley just couldn't lay off. Mosley helping him out here a little bit in this at-bat. Could be potentially 3 balls, no strikes. But again, lefty-lefty is always a little bit of a tougher matchup for guys, and sometimes you just don't pick him up as a left-handed hitter. Don't see any reason why he wouldn't go to that pitch again, and he does. It's taken this time 2-2. Good idea there from Bingler. Might as well try it again. Thing you don't want to do if you're Bingler is try to beat him with a fastball, because Mosley, even against a left-hander, typically tough against the fastball. You try to beat him inside here, it could be trouble. 2-2. And a breaking ball over the middle of the plate for strike 3. And a strikeout for Mosley. 2 strikeouts in the inning for the Express. Osting and now Mosley. And Jay Douglas will bat. This is what I was talking about last night. A lot of chances with second and third, 1 out, and left men out there on base. Strasburg left, I want to say 15 or 16, and I think Charlottesville left like 19 men on base. Just a lot of missed chances. See if Douglas can drive him in here, looking for a base hit. That's outside, 1-0. And this is not an ideal start to this game for the Tom Sox as far as the pitching goes, because pitch count is getting up there for Bingler. He's still in a negative ball strike ratio. This will be his 32nd pitch of the inning right here. Douglas pops it up and out of play, 1-1. Jay's out of Eastern Kentucky University, 6-foot righty from Rock Hill, South Carolina. He's hitting .250 in the playoffs with 4 runs driven in. Did see some guys score on wild pitches last night, something you'll rarely see here at First Bank Park with the lack of backstop here. See if Bingler can get out of it here. That is outside, 2-1. Bingler not happy, a little smile on his face. Charlottesville has a left-hander getting loose in the bullpen, or at least throwing, so try to get a number on him. Meanwhile, 2-1 count here. Outside, 3-1. Well, if Douglas can get on here, Logan Duff, the catcher out of Randolph-Macon College, would bat, and he had a good night last night at the plate. (3-1). And Douglas fouls it back, 3-2. Still trying to connect the number to the pitcher. Looks like it's Dawson Mumal getting loose for the, that's why. Yeah, Dawson Dawson Newman, lefty out of VCU. 3-2. And a pop-up in the infield. Is it going to be playable? No. And Douglas will get another chance here, 3-2. So the lefty, Dawson Newman, out of Chesapeake, Virginia, and Virginia Commonwealth University, getting loose for Charlottesville. He got the start in game number 2 of the playoffs for the Tom Sox against Stanton. That's a game where Charlottesville was behind and came back. But for now, Bingler trying to hold Strasburg at 2 here and keep a couple of men in scoring position. 3-2 to Douglas. Swing and another foul ball. Well, Strasburg would love to force the hand early for Charlottesville. The other thing is the number of pitches in an inning, it really becomes an issue if you get to a certain point. This will be his 38th pitch of the first inning right here. And that misses for ball 4 on a very close take by Jay Douglas. Jay draws the walk,
College, number 1, Logan Duff.
and the bases are loaded for Logan Duff. Duff, 6-foot righty, as I mentioned, from Randolph-Macon out of Forest, Virginia. And he enters play in the postseason with an average of .375. So a big spot here for the catcher. The 8th man to hit in the inning as the pitch count gets close to 40 here in the inning. And he lines one sharply foul. Duff has been hitting the ball extremely well here in the playoffs. Oh, 1 to Logan Duff. 2-0 Express here, bottom of the first. And that's outside, 1-1. Again, we've seen 3 walks and a hit by pitch here in the inning for Bingler. Strasburg with just 1 hit, and that was the McCarter double. That was the 40th pitch of the inning, 19 strikes out of the 40 pitches. 1-1, fouled back. Duff frustrated with himself. He thinks he missed one there. It's 1-2. Brooks Henderson, the third baseman, and the 9-hitter would be next here, but first Duff's got to get the job done. This would be a huge victory, even if it may finish the night for Bingler, to hold Strasburg to 2 right here. And he swings and fouls it back. Catcher French couldn't hold on to it. So we'll do it again at 1-2. We saw Douglas with a long at bat. He eventually, or long plate appearance, he eventually drew the walk, and 1-2 here. Tom Sox have a lot of guys listed on the lineup card. The question is, are they actually available to pitch? And some of them are position players, but they may have to become available as well. 1-2, payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball, shallow hit into right center. Langley comes hustling in and makes the catch. And the inning is over. Strasburg scores a couple of runs, but they leave the bases loaded in inning number 1. We go to the second inning here in Game 3 of the championship series. Charlottesville coming up to bat when we return here on the Express Baseball Network. Two 2-0 Strasburg. We go to the top of the second. Tom Sox send up 4-5-6 here against John Gray, and the first pitch is hit to second. Backhand by Castillo through to first in time, and a one pitch out for John Gray after he struck out the side in order in the first. Clayton, who just grounded out of University of Florida, out of Gulf Breeze. Here is Patrick Nias, the third baseman. Nias out of Gardner-Webb University, out of Bradenton, Florida. 6'2" righty, 200. He takes inside, ball one. Nias hitting 150 here in the playoffs. He's 3 for 20. The pitch. Swing and a miss. You know what Nias has that no one else has this year? A triple here at this ballpark. One ball, one strike. And he waves and misses. Big hack. No connection. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tom Sox 24-19 overall, counting their playoff record. Strasburg 29-12. The righty Gray crouches down. He's ready and deals. And a wave and a miss. Tag applied by Duff. 4 strikeouts so far for John Gray, the starting pitcher out of Wofford College. 2 outs now. Here's Anderson French. French out of the Hokies of Virginia Tech. 6'5", 210. Gray deals. Swinging a fly ball to center. It's pretty well struck. Mosley backing up, leaps at the wall and makes the catch. Sharply hit to center by French, but Mosley back to make the running play at the wall, and that'll do it here in the top of the second. Tom Sox go 1-2-3 again. We go to the bottom of the second. Strasburg sends up 9-1-2 when we return here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. We go to the bottom of the second. Strasburg up to bat, and they'll face a new pitcher as the Tom Sox, worst case scenario pretty much, they have to go to the bullpen already. And they go to the lefty from VCU, Dawson Newman, out of Chesapeake, Virginia. 1-0 count to Henderson. That's low again, 2-0. Final line for Alex Bingler out of JMU. He goes an inning, allows just 1 hit, a couple of runs. He walked 3, he hit a man, and struck out 2. 2-0. Inside, watch out. Henderson falls down to the ground. 3-0 now. So the starting pitcher, Bingler, he threw about 40 couple pitches in that first inning. So, I mean, it makes sense that he's not coming back out. 3-0 now. Henderson will be taken all the way, and that's low and dropped for ball 4. So another leadoff walk, back-to-back innings. Henderson's aboard. And back to the top. Here's Brady Bowles, the shortstop from Panola Junior College, excuse me. Bowles with a walk his first time up. He was walked to start the bottom of the first. He takes his strike, and it's 0-1. Numbers in the postseason for Newman are not showing because they had some point streak issues, but he did pitch against Stanton in Game 2 of the playoffs. 0-1, line to left, it's a base knock, and Brady Bowles stays hot at the plate. Strasburg in business again, first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And it brings Paul Osting to the plate. Osting a strikeout, swinging his first time up. Newman's numbers in the regular season, he made just one start, 8 appearances overall, ERA of 5.31. Osting takes low. He had a 1-0 record. And 22 innings of work, he struck out 23, but he walked 15 and gave up 24 hits. He did face Strasburg once this year, and it was his worst outing. 1-0. Swing and a chopper foul. Back on June 17th in Strasburg, our game here, he went 2 1/3, allowed 5 runs. 4 of them were earned. 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. So he'll look for a better outing here tonight. 1-1, here's the pitch. And that popped out of out of the hand, and French couldn't make the catch. It's a wild pitch, and Strasburg has second and third, and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the Express to have second and third, nobody out here. Say that because of the struggles with men in scoring position the last couple of games. Visit to the mound. We'll be right back here on the Express Baseball Network. All right, back to play here. 2 balls, 1 strike to Osting with second and third, nobody out. And Paul takes a strike at the knees, 2-2. So a walk to start the inning and a single by Brady Bowles, and then a wild pitch. Move the runners up to second and third, and nobody out. 2-2 as he works from the wind, and a swing and a miss. Osting down on strikes for the second time tonight, and he's the first out in both the first and second innings. Here's Eddie Castillo, the second baseman. He was hit by a pitch and scored back in the first. So 1 out now. We'll see if Strasburg can cash in some runs here. Castillo fouls it away, 0-1. Strasburg left the bases loaded in the first inning. And again, Charlottesville, I mean, you got to give them credit. They have been scrappy as all get out, especially when they give up runs. They usually come back and score them back. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Just underway here, bottom of the second inning, game 3, the last game of the season. 0-2. Swing and a chopper off the plate, foul. Tom Sox looking for their second consecutive Valley League championship. It would be their 5th overall. Strasburg looking to win their first since 2021. It would be their 4th. And now manager told his catcher to go out. I think needs to shake up the signs a little bit. Well, I haven't seen any obvious sign communication since, it might have been against Charlottesville. I can't remember who it was. One game here this year where they had that runner out there at second base, and it was just the most obvious thing. He was showing, moving the hand and things like that, yeah. Feels like an eternity ago. 0-2 to Castillo. Left-hander Newman deals. And check swing, he went around. And Castillo down on strikes, and here we go again. Second and third. And now 2 outs after getting those men over there with nobody out. And these are the kind of opportunities, you squander them too much, they come back and bite you. We'll see if Beaver can cash in here. He walked his first time up, facing the left-hander for the first time tonight. Base hit would likely score 2 here. And a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Breaking ball, foul. Just out in front of it, and he's behind 0-2. Well, what a lift this would be once again here for Charlottesville to get out of another big jam. Second and third, nobody out. And Strasburg a strike away from stranding 2 more men on here in this second inning. They lead it 2-0, bottom of the second. Beaver awaiting as Newman steps off. Kicking the pitch. Strike 3 called. And Strasburg gets men to second and third and nobody out and cannot move them. And they've left 5 on through 2 innings. Strasburg 2, Charlottesville nothing. We go to the top of the third. We're back after this here in Game 3 of the Valley League Championship. Breeze picks up as we go to the top of the third. Strasburg leading 2-0. Luderman leads off for the Tom Sox. He takes ball 1, 1-0. 7, 8, 9, Luderman, Genowine, and Sowers here for Charlottesville. 1-0. Strike in there from Gray. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gray, the right-hander, works from the stretch. Comes set and deals. Swing and a miss, had him way out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the Charlottesville first baseman. Out of Virginia Tech, grounds it foul, third base side. And it's still 1-2. Gray looks in for his signs. Nobody out, top of the third. Tom Sox batting here. And the pitch. Breaking ball line to short. Backhand stopped by Bowles. Long throw from the hole. Right on the money. That ball was squared up sharply, but Bowles made a long throw across the diamond, and it was right in the glove of Beaver. And that's the first out of the third inning for the Tom Sox. 1 up, 1 down. Here is Will Genowine out of the University of the South. 5'10" left-hander out of Tampa, Florida. And Gray misses ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Genowine, and that must have been a little bit inside, 2-0. Good crowd here for this finale of the Valley League season. 2-0. Ground ball softly hit the second. Castillo will field it. Have to get rid of it quickly, and he does. And there are 2 outs. So a couple of ground outs to start this inning for Charlottesville. Here's the 9-hitter and the second baseman, Lee Sowers. Lee is out of UNC. 5'10" left-hander out of Glen Allen, Virginia. 2 outs, top of the third inning. The pitch. Swing, and that's fouled back. I think it got either Duff or the home plate umpire. It's 0-1. 0-1 is in there for a strike. 1-1. Excuse me. Yeah. 0-2. 0-2 and 2 outs. Gray looks in for his signs. Catcher Duff laying him down. Nods his head yes and comes set. Right-hander's 0-2 to Sowers. Is a little bit down and in. Duff thought he had him. Catcher was ready to come off the field, but he didn't get the call. 31st pitch of the night coming up here for Gray. And a swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And Gray threw 3 shutout innings here in Game 3 of the Valley League Championship. Strasburg comes to bat. They'll send up 5, 6, 7 as they lead it 2-0. We'll be back after this here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Kyle Guttrell with you from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. Game 3 of the Valley League Championship Series. Charlottesville and Strasburg as we get this bottom of the third started. It's Jake McCarter leading off, and he waves and misses at a breaking ball. The count is 0-1. McCarter with the two RBI double back in the first inning, scoring the 2 runs for Strasburg. He got a 1-0 fastball and hit it down the third base line. Here he lets one into left. It's a base hit. And another line drive single for McCarter halfway to the cycle. Single and a double. Third hit for Strasburg. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's Jay Douglas. Strasburg left the bases loaded in the first. They left second and third, nobody out, and didn't get them in the second. All right, here's Brett Mosley, the center fielder. I may have said Jay Douglas. Mosley takes a breaking ball for a strike. He's getting a lot of all-speed stuff so far. It's 0-1. Swung at a couple of balls out of the zone from the starter Bingler in the first inning, and then he got one over the middle and watched it. 0-1 to Brett Mosley. Swing and a miss, and Brett behind 0-2. Mosley does have the home run and 5 RBIs in the playoffs and comes in tonight hitting .421. Down to .400 after the strikeout earlier. And he gets a breaking ball here and just sprays it out of play. And as big as the crowd is tonight, there's some cars in danger out there, that's for sure. Getting a car wash may be the least of their worries. 0-2 to Mosley. And a fastball right down the middle for strike 3. And Mosley is down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Fielder number 10, Jay Douglas.
Strasburg's already struck out 7 times tonight. Excuse me, 6 times. All right, 1 out now. Here's Jay Douglas. Douglas walked his first time up, and he shows bunt, pulls back and takes ball 1 after he nearly got hit by the pitch. Strasburg, a team that really didn't even act like they were going to bunt all season, and then here in the playoffs, they've kind of pulled that out and used it as a tool a little bit. 1-0's a chopper left side to third. It's going to be fielded by Nias. His throw to first is in time. Good hustle by Douglas, but he's thrown out on a bang-bang play at first base, and there are 2 outs as McCarter moves up to second base. So Logan Duff with another chance here. He flew out to center with the bases full back in the first. McCarter out there at second after his leadoff single. So we'll see if the left-hander Dawson Newman can put up another 0 on the board here and hold Strasburg at bay. Pitch to Duff. Line drive up the middle. They had him shaded perfectly. Second baseman Sowers throw to first in time. He was playing way up the middle, it looked like. And it was right to him as the play is made and the inning is over. Strasburg with a leadoff single, but he is stranded at second in the third. We're through 3 and off to the 4th. Charlottesville coming to bat. They've got the top of their lineup coming up against the right-hander John Gray when we return here on the Express Baseball Network. We go to the top of the fourth. Charlottesville up to bat, and they'll have the top of their order. Hargett, Langley, and Soroy. First pitch is outside. Ball one is Hargett showed bunt and pulled back. Hargett with a strikeout swinging his first time up back in inning number 1. 2-0 remains our score here. That's a breaking ball, and it's in there perfectly. Inside part of the plate, strike one, 1-1. 1-1 from Gray. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Gray doing a nice job changing up his pitches. He's got the fastball, then he's got what looks like a cutter, and then he's working with a changeup as well. Tall righty sets and deals, 1-2. That spike to the backstop, 2-2. That was about the first pitch we've seen from him tonight where it's been kind of out of whack. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is low, ball 3. Payoff pitch coming up here to the right fielder, Perry Hargett. And a breaking ball is popped up into shallow center. Mosley went back, now he comes sprinting in, camps under it and makes the catch. And a fly out to start here in the top of the 4th. 1 down for Charlottesville. Here's Kyle Langley, the center fielder. Langley from James Madison University, 5'11" lefty from Arlington, Virginia. Langley's been their best hitter in the postseason. Had at the time, a big-time 3-run home run here just 2 days ago. He takes a strike on the outside here, 0-1. Ended up having 4 RBIs in game number 1, 3 hits, a couple of singles, and the 3-run blast in the 5th. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to second. Castillo gets there on the backhand, throws to first in time. And there are 2 outs now here in the top of the 4th.
Shortstop, number 18, Jackson Soroy.
There's Jackson Soroy, the Maryland Terrapin. Soroy went down looking his first time up. And here he takes ball 1. Breezy up here in the press box. We look at our big, beautiful American flag out there in left center, and not a lot of movement. 1-0. Gray finds the strike zone on the outer part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike now. 2 outs, top of the 4th. And the winner-take-all matchup. It's been a back-and-forth battle here in this series between Charlottesville and Strasburg. 2 of the best. Chopper to short. Bowles will field quickly, throw to first. It's just so smooth. Brady Bowles with another play out there at shortstop and another ground out for John Gray, and he's through 4 shutout innings. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Strasburg will send up 9-1-2 when we return here from First Bank Park here in Game 3 of the Championship Series. Brooks Henderson, the leadoff man. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it right to second. Man, the second baseman, Sowers, is playing way up the middle. I mean, and he's right on the edge of the infield. So a line out on one pitch to start the bottom of the fourth as Henderson is retired. One up, one down. Here's Brady Bowles batting for the third time in now 4 innings, and he waves and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Bowles with a walk in the first along with a run scored. He singled in the second, and then he was left out there at second with nobody out. 0-1, and nearly hit. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-1. That's in there for a strike, 1 and 2. Well, have they let Newman get into a rhythm? That's the question. He was shaky first 2 men that he faced, but he's been good since then. 1-2 misses, 2 and 2. Again, the starting pitcher tonight for the Tom Sox, Alex Bangler, lasted just an inning. Gave up a couple of runs. The big problem was the pitch count, over 40 pitches it took to get through the inning. 2-2 is a breaking ball hit back to the mound and caught by Newman. So Strasburg hitting some line drives, but right at people. 2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Paul Osting. He has struck out swinging twice tonight. And Osting quickly swings and chops it left side, third base side, 0-1. Strasburg with 2 runs on 3 hits so far, but they've left 6 men on base. 0-1. Osting grounds it left side, tough play in the hole of Cerulli. Backhand, long throw to first, picked nicely, and the play is made. And Strasburg goes down 1-2-3 on about 10 pitches here in inning number 4. We're through 4 and off to the 5th. Charlottesville coming to bat. Here in Game 3 of the Championship Series. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Top of the 5th here in Strasburg as Charlottesville comes back to bat. And a 2-0 game. It'll be Clayton, Nias, and French due up for Charlottesville. The pitch. Swing and a miss. First pitch cut through 0-1. Clayton with a ground out to second, his only time up. That was back in inning number 2 to lead off the second inning. Clayton out of Florida. 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. And it's 1-1. Gray sets, and the 1-1. That's fouled back towards us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nearly got the umpire on the fly. I think it bounced in. One, 2. And that skips to the backstop past Duff, 2-2. Again, we appreciate everyone joining us tonight for this winner-take-all game for the Valley League Championship. Two, nobody out. And that is inside ball 3. Gray thought he had the punch out, but it missed. And now it's 3-2 to the leadoff man, Brock Clayton. Patrick Nias, the third baseman, next for Charlottesville. 3-2, and a fly ball out of play, still 3-2. And the 3-2 is swung on and missed. He went back to that same pitch that missed the couple pitches prior. He got the strikeout. Clayton down on strikes for the first time tonight. 1 out now. Here's Nias, who struck out in the second. The pitch. Breaking ball hit up the middle, fielded by Castillo. His throw to first is in time. And 2 outs. Castillo came up and fortunately stayed down just enough on the kind of scoop, one-hand scoop. So 2 outs now for Charlottesville. Here is Anderson French, the catcher. Flew out to center sharply his first time up. Mosley had to really get back and was just probably a couple of feet from touching the wall out there in center. 365, the deepest part of this park. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Bowles fields it and throws to first in time. 5 shutout innings for John Gray. And Strasburg comes back to bat as they lead 2-0. We'll be back after this here on the Express Baseball Network. Eddie Castillo leads off for the Strasburg Express as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in the championship decider. And the first pitch to Castillo misses, ball 1. Eddie with a strikeout swinging back in the second. He was also hit by a pitch and scored in the first. 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Castillo with a fantastic regular season. You have to rank him probably in the top 3 as far as offensive performers this year. And Landon Beaver is in there too. Swinging a drive to left and a liner right at Genowine. And suddenly Strasburg is lining everything right at guys.
First baseman, number 15, Landon Beaver.
1 out here in the 5th inning, and here's Landon Beaver. So Castillo with one of his better hit balls over the last few days, but right at the outfielder. Newman at 38 pitches through 3 1/3 after the starter threw 40-plus innings and 40-plus pitches in 1 inning. Beaver takes outside, ball 1. Strasburg has left 6 men on base so far. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Nobody in the fourth as they went down 1-2-3. 1-0. Breaking ball hit high in the air. Did he get enough? He did not. Coming in is Hargett, and he'll make the catch. And there are 2 outs. That ball was hit way up in the air, but he just missed it. And just like that, 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Jake McCarter. He's been the guy so far. 2 for 2, a single and a double, and 2 RBIs. Time is called. McCarter will have to reapply one of his guards. Looks like the elbow guard. McCarter's hit 2 balls extremely hard tonight. He's at a High Point University. Again, talked about it last night. He hit the ball well and nearly hit a grand slam. It was crushed but foul. Here he takes strike 1. It's 0-1. Well, the left-hander Dawson Newman out of VCU's come in and done a very nice job keeping this thing right here at 2-0. 0-1. He nearly spiked that in the dirt, down and in, 1-1 now. Really good crowd here from especially Strasburg, but Charlottesville has a pretty good crowd here as well. 1-1. Swing and a foul back. He was right on it and got a piece of the home plate umpire's mask. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. One, 2 to McCarter. Newman sets and deals. And a swing and a liner, watch out. Right into the Tom Sox netting in the dugout. One of the players kind of fell backwards out of just a reaction. Fortunately, no one hit, or at least not hit directly. Maybe it hit him in the netting. McCarter takes that way outside, 2-2. 2-2 to McCarter. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And Strasburg, just like that, they have gone cold on offense. And another scoreless inning for the left-hander from Charlottesville, Dawson Newman. Through 5, off to the 6th. 2-0 Strasburg here in game number 3 of the championship series. Hudson Luderman, the first baseman, leads off for Charlottesville as we go to the 6th inning. 7, 8, 9 in the lineup. First pitch swinging, ground ball to third. Backhand stop, Henderson. Long throw to first in time. Nice play over there at the hot corner by Brooks Henderson. That ball nearly ate him up, but he was able to stay down just enough. And a ground out to start the inning on one pitch. As it brings up the 8th man in the lineup, Will Genowine, the left fielder. A little bit of rage in the dugout after that out by Luderman. A lot of ground ball outs tonight. Genowine grounded out to Eddie Castillo over at second, back in the 3rd inning. Gray sets and delivers. That's in there, strike one. 2-0 is our score here, top of the 6th inning. Genowine from the University of the South, and he waves and misses. 0-2. Lee Sowers, the second baseman, struck out swinging his first time up. He's due up next for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. 0-2. And Gray tried to put a little extra on that one, but he missed up high. A waste pitch that didn't go to the backstop. It's 1-2. One-two. That's down and in. Couldn't get Genowine to go after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. '57th pitch of the outing here for the right-hander out of Wofford, John Gray. That skips in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Gray's been, I think, in 2 3-ball counts before this one. Last one, he got the swing and miss on a breaking ball down and in by Clayton. 3-2, ground ball to second. Castillo backhands, throws to first in time. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Another ground out for John Gray. Here's Lee Sowers, the second baseman. So now 2 outs in this 6th inning of play in the Charlottesville half of the inning. And that is swung on and hit out of play. It's 0-1. Skies are darkening in a big way, but the question is, will we get anything here at the ballpark? And we're hoping that is not the case. 0-1 to Lee Sowers. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Castillo. Throws to first in time. And John Gray is through 6 solid innings here tonight. Strasburg comes to bat as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in game number 3 of the Valley League Championship. go to the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch swinging Mosley into right. And making the catch on the first pitch is Hargett. And there's one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Mosley falls to 0 for 3. Pitch count still very manageable for the left-hander Newman. He's been in since the 2nd inning. Strasburg with just 3 hits so far tonight. Here's the pitch to Douglas. That's in there, strike one. 0-1, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. The Express have gone cold on offense, looking for their first base runner since inning number 3. And he shows bunt, pulls back and takes ball 1, 1-1. Last hit was a single by Jake McCarter to lead off the 3rd inning. Since then, we've seen a couple of strikeouts, a bunch of lineouts, and then a couple of groundouts as well. 1-1. That's high, 2 balls and a strike. Douglas, the batter, he'll be followed by Logan Duff, the catcher. 2 balls and a strike. Left-hander Newman doesn't want to fall behind 3-1 here, and that ball is hit well to center. It's going to back Langley up. He's got room, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down for Strasburg here in the 6th. Here's Logan Duff. Duff 0 for 2, fly out to center in the 1st, ground out to 2nd in the 3rd. He bats here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch to Duff. And he swings and hits one in the air to left center. That's playable. And Langley's going to make the catch. 3 flyouts on, again, under 10 pitches, and Strasburg down 1-2-3 for the 3rd consecutive inning. And we are going to the 7th inning. It's 2-0 Strasburg here in game number 3 of the Valley League Championship Series. Back to Strasburg here in the last game of the season, the championship series, game number 3 in the best-of-3 series. And the Tom Sox send up 1-2-3, Perry Hargett, Kyle Langley, and Jackson Soroy. Charlottesville's dugout getting into it now, and the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Hargett has struck out and flown out to center so far tonight. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. The count. The pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Not a bad pitch from Gray. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gray sets. And the 1-2. And that is a little bit up. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Two. Swinging a ground ball off the glove of Gray. Castillo bobbles it. And an E on Castillo. That's the first base runner of the game for Charlottesville, and it comes here in the 7th inning. So the perfect game bid comes to an end here in the 7th.
Center fielder number 14, Kyle Langley.
It's going to be an E4. Castillo had to make the play, but if that ball doesn't go off the glove of Gray, it's probably an easy play. Runner goes. The pitch is hit to the pitcher. They're going to go to first with it. They get the out. Runner was on the move. It kept him out of a double play. As Hargett moves up to second with 1 out, Langley is retired, and here's Jackson Soroy, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. So Charlottesville's got a runner at scoring position with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball missing, ball 1. So an E4 to start this 7th inning, the first base runner of the ball game for the Tom Sox. Next pitch was a comebacker to the mound. Gray thought about going to second, but he went to first with the runner on the move. 1-0 to Soroy. The pitch. That's low, 2-0. Jackson has struck out and grounded out tonight. He's 0 for 2. Again, Charlottesville's dugout has started to get into it. They've been quiet pretty much the whole game. 2-0. Swinging a ground ball left side. Bowles fields. He's going to go to third with it. And the tag, he's out. For some reason, a ball right in front of Perry Hargett. He tries to go to third base. And he's at dead meat over there as Bowles comes up throwing. Henderson applies the tag, and there are 2 outs as Soroy will reach on the fielder's choice.
Number 31, Brock Clayton.
An over-aggressive play there by the base runner, Perry Hargett. And there are 2 outs in the 7th for Brock Clayton. Clayton awaits the pitch. That is not a bad pitch. Clayton kind of jumped out of the way like it was going to hit him, but it really wasn't that far off. But the count is 1-0. Gray trying to get through his 7th inning of work here in the championship game. Jackson Soroy at first after he reached on the fielder's choice. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Time is called by the pitcher, Gray. He's going to tie the shoe up here. As you can probably hear, the breeze continues to move around a bit up here in the press box. 1 ball, 1 strike. Righty deals, swing and a miss. And Clayton falls behind the ball and 2 strikes. 2-0 our score, top of the 7th inning from First Bank Park in Strasburg. Brock Clayton the batter, behind 1 and 2. Gray deals, it's high. Throw to second is into the outfield. And getting to third on the stolen base and error is Soroy. Second error of the inning for Strasburg. And the count is 2-2. So now the first run of the game for Charlottesville just 90 feet away and a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Gray trying to focus on the hitter here and finish off this inning. The pitch. It's in the dirt. Runner's coming home. The tag, and it's not in time. And the Tom Sox are on the board on a wild pitch. It's 2-1. Soroy comes in to score. Aggressive decision, but he got the job done in time. And Tom Sox are within a run here in the 7th inning. 2 errors here in this 7th inning, very costly for Strasburg. So now the lead, just like that, is cut in half. And Gray's got to focus up here on Brock Clayton. You don't want to walk him and bring the go-ahead run to the plate. 3-2 to Clayton. Gray trying to finish it right here in this 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that'll do it in the top of the 7th. Charlottesville gets a run and cuts the Express lead in half. Gray could be done after his 7 innings. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Express lead it 2-1. All right, we've stretched at the ballpark. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 is our score. 9-1-2 for Strasburg. Brooks Henderson leads off and takes ball 1. Brooks is 0 for 1, a walk and a line out tonight. As the left-hander Dawson Newman has done his job. He's come in and shut the door so far. 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Charlottesville with a run in the top of the 7th. 2 errors and a wild pitch got the run across for Charlottesville. 1-1. Breaking ball a little bit high, 2-1. I should say the first error is what led to the runner getting on. Then he stole second, got to third on an error, and scored on the wild pitch. 2-1 to Henderson. Inside, checked his swing. He didn't go, and it's 3-1. Top of the lineup is next, and looks like some arm stretching going on down in the Charlottesville bullpen. Trying to get everything you can out of your pitching at this point of the year. 3-1 to Henderson. And he swings and fouls it away. It's 3-2.
Foul balls are keepers.
Payoff pitch. And a slow grounder to short. Should be routine for Soroy, and it's not. He bobbles it. And an error on the typically sure-handed shortstop for Charlottesville, Jackson Soroy. The first error of the game for the Tom Sox, and the leadoff man is on for Strasburg.
Shortstop, number 41, Brady Bowles.
He had to charge it, but that's a play that we've seen him make this series, and from what I hear, he's a very solid defensive shortstop. All right, leadoff man on. Here's Brady Bowles, the shortstop for Strasburg. He takes outside, ball 1. Well, what kind of impact mentally will that have on the pitcher after thinking he had an out and now having to work a little extra here? Second baseman shaded way up the middle. Bowles takes a strike. I mean, if you can just hit one to the right side, it's an easy base hit. And As deep as the outfielders are playing again tonight, Hargett way out there. Not as deep as he was the other night, I don't think, but 1-1. That's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike, and pitch count for Newman. I mean, he's been really efficient. 61 pitches, 41 of them have been strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Brady Bowles. Bottom 7. That's inside, and it's ball 3 with Paul Osting on deck. Bowles has walked and singled tonight. Then he hit a liner back to the pitcher. Newman, his last time up. And a throw to first. Henderson back in on the step, on the lunge. So although there's some stretching down there in Charlottesville's bullpen, nobody getting loose yet. 3-1 to Bowles. And that is a chopper off the plate to third. Nias charges, he throws, and that is not in time. Bowles beats out the infield single. And a couple of just excuse me shots for the Express. The first one was an error on Soroy. This one, Nias did everything he could. Made a strong throw to first, but Brady beat it out on the infield single.
The DH, number 9, Paul Osting.
And the Express have first and second now with nobody out for Paul Osting, the DH. He's 0 for 3, and he's really choked up on the bat. That tells me he's going to bunt. I'm not going to say that too loud, but if you watch his hands right here. Runners at first and second, nobody out. He does square, and he drags it right side past the mound. Backhand pickup, tossed to first. What a play by the pitcher. They get the out at first. Newman makes a heck of a play as he drug it right beside the mound. It was a great bunt by Osting. He gets the runners over, got the job done. It'll be a sac bunt. Score at 1-3. I mean, that's an unbelievable play from Newman. And now Castillo will bat as the Tom Sox will bring the infield in here in the 7th inning. Second and third, 1 out. We've been here before here tonight. We'll see what happens. Castillo down and in on the breaking ball, 1-0. Henderson at third, Bowles at second. Now there is some activity in the Charlottesville bullpen. Got a right-hander throwing. Looks like Ian White Jr., 1-0. Breaking ball, finds the strike zone, 1-1. Ian White Jr. down in the bullpen out of the Hoosiers of Indiana University. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Eddie Castillo with the infield in here in the 7th inning. And it's fouled back, 1-2. An E6 to start the inning, a infield single for Bowles, and then a great sac bunt by Paul Osting. Now Castillo, the batter, with Beaver on deck. 1-2, the lefty Newman sees his pitch count starting to inch higher here. He's been in since inning number 2. Here's the 1-2, and a foul ball. Castillo battling at the plate, still a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2, and that is low. He took a changeup down. Great take there from Eddie Castillo. Again, Eddie entered this game in the postseason just 2 for 12. 0 for 2 tonight with a hit by pitch and a run scored. And Newman's going to step off. We saw this spot earlier in the playoffs against, I think, Winchester when they had the infield in and Castillo hit it over second. 2-2, and a swing and a ground ball to short. Runners coming home, the throw, and he is out by a mile. Great play by Soroy. He was running on contact. And a huge out, number 2, as the runner is thrown out at the plate. And just like that, 2 outs with men at first and second for Landon Beaver. Soroy made a good throw, and Bowles was dead meat at, or Henderson was dead meat at the plate. Bowles had to hold it second, so now first and second, 2 outs for Beaver. Facing the left-hander here in the bottom of the 7th. He's 0 for 2. And he takes down and away, ball 1. Well, this is looking like deja vu all over again here for this Express offense in this 7th inning, similar to the 2nd inning. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And here they had a great chance to score, 1-0. Beaver checked his swing, he held it, and it's 2-0. Got the right-hander Jake McCarter on deck. He would be next if Beaver can keep this going here for Strasburg. Beaver hit a fly ball to right. It was way up in the air his last time up, but he just got under it. He's in a hitter's count facing the left-hander. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's inside. He had to jump out of the way, 3-0. And you wonder if Beaver gets on here, do they call Ian White Jr. from the bullpen into the game? And the other question, does he have the green light here? 3-0. And he swings and hits it into the Tom Sox dugout, foul, 3-1. That was a 3-0 breaking ball that Newman threw to him there. So now it's 3-1. Strasburg's lead is just 1. We play in the bottom of the 7th. Time is called. And catcher French is going to go out and talk to his reliever here. It looks like they're changing up the signs again. Don't know if they thought Bowles was relaying from out there. Couldn't tell. 2-1 our score. Strasburg 2 runs back in the 1st inning. A 2 RBI double by Jake McCarter. And since then, it's been very little for Strasburg on the offensive side. A big chance here for Landon Beaver. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs, 3-1. The pitch. And a breaking ball swung on, and it's hit well. Left field, it's gone! Landon Beaver with a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Strasburg leads it 5-1. A big-time swing by a big-time player in the clutch. And the Express lead it by 4 thanks to a 2-out home run by Mr. Home Run himself, Landon Beaver. What a swing and what a season it has been for the UAB first baseman Landon Beaver. Pitching change for Charlottesville. We'll tell you about the new hurler right after this. Pitching change for Charlottesville as we're back to baseball in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. It's the righty from Indiana University, Ian White Jr., 6'1" righty out of Malvern, Pennsylvania. And he will take over and face Jake McCarter here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. McCarter is 2 for 3 tonight. Single, a double, and 2 RBIs. And that's up and in, ball 1. Final line for Dawson Newman. He was great until that last home run or hit. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, no earned runs, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. 1-0. Here's the pitch. And McCarter fouls it off on a breaking ball. One ball, 1 strike to McCarter. Charlottesville run in the top of the 7th. Strasburg 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-1. Way outside, 2-1. Two-one. And that's way outside again. He yanked it. 3-1 now. Three balls, 1 strike to McCarter. Mosley on deck for Strasburg. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that ball's driven down the left field line, but it's going to stay in the park. He just missed it. Catch is made out there by Genowine at the wall. And that'll do it in the 7th, but not before Landon Beaver hits a 3-run home run to extend Strasburg's lead to 4 runs. And Gray is coming back to the mound for inning number 8. We'll be back after this on the Express Baseball Network here in Game 3 of the Valley League Championship. We go to the top of the 8th. Strasburg's lead is 4. John Gray back to the mound for his 8th inning of work, and he will face 5, 6, 7, Nias, French, and Luderman. First pitch misses, and Gray's jersey looks a lot dirtier than it did when he walked off the field, or am I wrong there? Trying to think how he got that dirty. 1 ball, no strikes. That misses, 2-0. Nias has struck out and grounded out tonight. How much more can Gray give? That's the question, as he has left it all out on the mound tonight for Strasburg. 2-0. You got to think Nias will be aggressive. That misses, 3-0. And also, if he gives up a base runner here, I think he's done. I think probably the leash is until somebody gets on base. Trying to get as much out of these guys as you can get down the stretch here. 3-0. And that's right down the middle for a strike. Looked like he took a little off of it so he could throw a strike, and can't really knock him for that. 3-1. And the 3-1 is in there for strike 2. Nias was on his way down to first. He'll have to come back, and Gray works the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two. And that misses ball 4. It's a leadoff walk. And a huge leadoff walk to start this 8th inning. And that
Number 40, Anderson, French.
is it for Gray. So John Gray comes in and makes it all the way to the 8th inning. He walks the leadoff man, and Strasburg's going to go to the bullpen. Tip of the cap to Gray for a gritty performance, going 7+ innings. And the run on the board, his responsibility. But it was an unearned run. But the guy at first will be his responsibility as well. He walks 1. That was the first one right there, and struck out 7. And the Express are going to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new arm right after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, a pitching change for the first time tonight as the Express go to Evan Garcia. And he will face the lefty Anderson French to start, and the first pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Garcia is a 6'1" left-hander out of South Florida State. French is 0 for 2. That's outside, 1-1. Leadoff walk to Pat Nias to start this 8th inning, and that's what got Gray out of the game. Pretty good lead over there first. The pitch. Up and in, 2-1. 5-1 our score here, top of the 8th inning. The season finale and the series finale of this league championship series. 2-1. And 3-1. 3-1 to French. Nobody out. And that's in there, down the middle. It's full, 3-2. It's a big pitch coming up right here. Really big. 3-2, nobody out. Evan Garcia against Anderson French. And he walked him. First and second, nobody out.
First baseman, number 19, Hudson Luderman.
Back-to-back walks to start the inning. Strasburg led by 2 last night in the 8th inning and let it get away from them. They lead by 4 here in the 8th, but Charlottesville first and second, nobody out for Hudson Luderman. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. And the pitch is low, ball 1. Gotta wonder how short of a leash some of these pitchers are gonna have. 1-0. And that is line to left, foul. That would have been big, big trouble. Instead, just a strike on the foul ball, 1-1. Nias at second, French at first after the 2 walks to start the inning. One from Gray, one from Garcia. 1-1. Inside, it nearly hit him, 2-1. Just got to come out here and throw strikes if you're Garcia. That's high, 3-1. I don't know if they had anybody else loosening at the time, but, I mean, I think if you give up another walk here, you got to go back to the bullpen. 3-1. Swing and a ball driven to left. McCarter is going to leap and make the catch. He tags, runner's trying to tag, and he gets there safely. And hold on a second. Okay. So they get the out in left field. The catch is made on a ball that was drilled. The runner tags up, but more importantly, they get the out. That ball was driven, and he just couldn't get it out of the park. I don't know, there was some miscommunication there, but all right, regardless, that's the first out of the 8th inning. And here's who broke Strasburg's heart in the 9th inning last night. It's the catcher, Evan Taveras.
Miami, number 13, Evan Taveras.
So he will bat for Genuine here. First and third, 1 out for Charlottesville. And he takes a strike, 0-1. After game 1, when he struck out twice and hit into a double play, since then he has been nearly impossible to get out. Nias at third, French at first. 0-1 from Garcia. And that's to the backstop, and the runner's going to move up to second. Takes away the double play chance with the catcher. And now it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Have another pinch hitter next. 1-1 from Garcia. Swinging a ground ball, third base side. It's a foul ball. And that was a big break for Strasburg. Henderson struggled to pick it up, and then he threw it away down the first base line. I thought that was, okay, being confirmed up here by our replay analyst that it was a foul ball. It's 1-2. Evan Taveras, the batter out of the University of Miami from Fort Myers, Florida. 6'2" righty. And he bats here in the top of the 8th inning here in the championship decider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garcia checks the runner at second and deals. And a breaking ball, he froze him and he struck him out looking. And Evan Garcia gets the punch out. There are 2 outs now in the top of the 8th inning. And another pinch hitter here for Charlottesville.
Pinch hitting from Old Dominion University, number 15, Tanner Schnadel.
Tanner Schnadel, the 6'2" righty out of the Monarchs of ODU out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, will bat here with 2 on and 2 outs in the top of the 8th. And he takes a breaking ball that falls in for a strike, 0-1. So he will replace Lee Sowers, and they're going to have to be making some defensive changes, I would think. Move some guys around, but we're not worried about that yet. 0-1 to Tanner Schnadel. And he takes a strike down the middle, 0-2. He is 0 for 1 in the playoffs so far, is Schnadel. 0-2, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Garcia takes a set and deals. And a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Ball got away, and Duff doesn't have a play. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. On a strikeout, the ball gets away. A run comes in to score, and everybody's safe. It's 5-2.
Right fielder, number 17, Perry Hargan.
Wow. Nias comes in to score. And now here's the top of the lineup, tying run at the plate. The pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 the count, 2 outs to Perry Hargett. That's outside, 1-1. So the double leadoff walk, costly. Got the fly out, then the strikeout, and then another strikeout for out number 4, or for out number 3, I should say, but now they're going to have to get out number 4. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. The dangerous Kyle Langley awaits on deck here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. Garcia looking to get it done right here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew the fastball right by him. And Strasburg now 3 outs away as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tom Sox get a run back, but they leave 2 on. We go to the bottom of the 8th here in game number 3 of the Valley League Championship. We're back after this here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th. Strasburg's lead is 5-2. And the Express will have 6, 7, and 8. Mosley, Douglas, and Duff due up here in this 8th inning against the right-hander Ian White from Indiana University. First pitch to Mosley. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Here it comes. That's in the dirt, ball 1. Charlottesville scored a run in the top of the 8th inning thanks to a couple of walks. Two walks to start the inning. Got a fly out to tag the runner to third, a strikeout looking, and then a drop third strike, wild pitch, get away. 1-0. Mosley pops it up, out of play.
Foul balls are keepers. Enjoy that one.
So that could have been one of those weird innings where you actually have 4 strikeouts in an inning, but instead it was just 3. 1-1 to Brett Mosley out of Ole Miss. Looking for his first hit of the game. He's looking for just a little line drive base hit in the right field here. 1-1. That's in the dirt to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike to Mosley. And he fouls it off. Got a breaking ball and was out in front. So it's 2-2. Final line for John Gray, the starter. 7+ innings. He didn't give up. He gave up 1 run. It was after the leadoff walk. Garcia surrendered it on the strikeout wild pitch. He walked 1 and struck out 7. So 7 innings, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Two again from White Jr. to Mosley. Swing and a miss. And Brett down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, and it brings up Jay Douglas.
Number 10, Jay Douglas.
Jay 0 for 2 with a walk back in inning number 1. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's a breaking ball off the plate, 1-0. Five to 2 our score, bottom of this 8th inning. Here in the 30th of July in 2025, 1-0. Swing and a miss, good breaking ball there. Douglas cut right through it, 1-1. White from the windup, the 1-1. And he shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 2. Two 2-1 now to Jay Douglas. That's not close, 3-1. Douglas has been a great player all season for the Express. He's been here from the beginning. 6-foot righty from Eastern Kentucky University, and they've got themselves a good one. 3-1. And that is in there for a strike, 3-2. Logan Duff, the catcher, next. He's 0 for 3. Ian White trying to put a 0 up on the board. And a foul ball. Went with another breaking ball, and Jay fouled it off. Three-two. Inside, ball 4. Douglas lays off and draws the one-out walk.
We just got word that Butch Barnes is home from UVA Hospital and is doing very, very well. So big round of applause. That's our guy.
I have heard it over the PA. It sounds like
The catcher, number 1, Logan Duff.
our great friend Butch Barnes, former championship manager and longtime member of the Express organization, is back home after a battle in the hospital. Hopefully Butch is tuning in watching. I'm sure he is. Douglas gets back in safely. So a one-out walk to Jay Douglas with Duff the batter. He's the 8th hitter in this Strasburg lineup. Douglas, got to think he's going to be very aggressive here. He does go. The pitch is a ball. Throw is into the outfield, and there goes Douglas. He steals second and gets to third on the stolen base and error by the catcher French. Speed is a killer. So now Charlottesville's going to have to play the infield in again right here with Duff batting. Douglas had that ball or that bag stolen easily, and ball was over the second baseman's head into the outfield. 1 ball, no strikes to Duff as the infield is in. Trying to cut down Douglas at the plate. 1-0. That's in there, 1-1. Charlottesville has used their 3rd arm of the night. Bingler went an inning. Newman went 5 2/3 in relief, and now Ian White Jr. in the game. 1-1. Duff fouls it away. 1-2. Just got to put it into the outfield. You've got great speed out there at third, and I think probably no matter almost what, if it's manageable, he's going to be sent on a fly ball as well. One, 2. That's inside. Duff jumps out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Big time at bat right here. Duff against White. And he swings and fouls it back. French couldn't hold on, and Duff will get another chance here. He went with that off-speed pitch down and away, and Duff couldn't lay it off. So again, the battle continues at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. That's to the backstop over the head area of Duff, and it's 3-2. Now, if that happened last night, that would have been, Douglas would have walked in backwards. Maybe even crab walked home. 3-2. Jay Douglas over at third base. 1 out, bottom 8. 5-2 Strasburg. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Duff couldn't hold off, and there are 2 outs here in this bottom of the 8th inning for Brooks Henderson, the 9 hitter in the lineup. Pitch was down and away. Would have been ball 4. Had a little bite, and White got the strikeout. All right, can Henderson draw him in? He's been on twice. Walked, reached on an error, and lined out. He scored a run. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Strasburg, 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. Charlottesville, 2 runs, 2 errors. From the wind, here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. It's like every pitch almost exclusively is being thrown as a breaking ball. He's the sweeper machine. Or something of that sort. 2-0. Can Brooks get a fastball and hit it? There's the fastball. It misses. 3-0. Charlottesville does have a right-hander getting loose in the bullpen. Don't know if it's a pitcher or a position player. It's Trevor. Nah, I don't believe it. I don't think it's Trevor Booten. I'd be very surprised if it's him. 3-0. Inside, ball 4. Henderson draws the walk. First and third, 1 out now for Brady Bowles. The reason I'm surprised about Booten is because he threw a lot in that game against Culpeper.
Shortstop, number 41, Brady Bowles.
First and third. Time is called. We've got a visit to the mound, and is that going to be it for Ian White Jr.? Manager out to talk. While they do that, we'll be right back. New pitcher for Charlottesville here. First and third, 2 outs. He's going to have to face the top of the lineup and Brady Bowles, who has singled twice. He's walked and lined out to the pitcher. It's the right-hander Trevor Booten out of Auburn University. The pitch. That's low. Ball 1 pops out of the glove of the catcher, French. Strikeout, walk, stolen base, E2, and then a strikeout to Duff and a walk to Henderson. 5-2, bottom 8. Booten just threw a few days ago against Culpeper, threw 40-something pitches. 1-0. Inside, nearly hit Bowles, 2-0. Booten threw well that night. He went 4 innings of shutout baseball. He struck out 3. 2-0 is high, 3-0, with Paul Osting on deck for the Express. See if Bowles gets anything to hit here, and I would have the green light if I'm Bowles in the spot. 3-0. And he's taking 3-1. Looked pretty good. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4, and they're loaded for Strasburg here in the last of the 8th.
The DH number 9, Paul Osting.
Paul Osting, bases full, 2 outs. He's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice. Can Osting come up with a big knock here? He had the walk-off single a couple of nights ago. Can he get to Booten here? The switch hitter awaits the pitch. That is in there, strike 1. Tom Sox will have 2, 3, 4, Langley, Soroy, and Clayton due up in the top of the 9th inning. They're going to be down at least 5-2, and Strasburg hopes it'll be more than that here if Paul Osting can keep it moving. 0-1 from the righty Booten. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Strasburg, they haven't left anyone on since the 3rd inning. Granted, they didn't really get anybody on until the 7th inning again. 0-2 to Osting. Booten way ahead here. And that does not get the strike call. That's a close pitch there that Osting took. But it was a ball, according to the home plate umpire, 1-2. Right-hander Booten looks in. Got the glove up to the face, crouched down. He comes set with the bases full and 2 outs. The pitch. That's in the dirt, skips and blocked by French, 2-2. Osting just needs to put it in play. If he can put it where he did the other night, it would work nicely. Our outfielder Hargett is very deep. Second baseman Luderman is shaded over, closer to the first base side than Sowers was earlier. 2-2. And a strike 3 called. Rang him up. And Osting goes down looking, and that is the final out in the bottom of the 8th. Strasburg leaves the bases loaded for the 2nd time tonight, and here we go to the top of the 9th. Strasburg 5, Charlottesville 2. Evan Garcia back to the mound. He'll face 2, 3, 4 when we return on the Express Baseball Network. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be 2, 3, 4, Langley, Soroy, and Clayton in the top of the 9th. Evan Garcia back to the mound. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Langley is 0 for 3 tonight. Evan Garcia came in with nobody out last inning. He got through the inning allowing a run. 1-0. Inside, ball 2. Got the lefty Langley up, and then Soroy, and then the lefty Clayton if they leave him in. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0. Falls behind, 3-0. Just got to throw strikes. Cannot give up extra chances. 3-0 down the middle, 3-1. And that's ball 4, and a leadoff walk to start the top of the 9th inning.
Shortstop, number 18, Jackson Soroy.
And it brings up Jackson Soroy. He's 0 for 3. Scored a run in the 7th. Strasburg needs 3 outs here in the 9th inning. And a leadoff walk, not an ideal start. That's what happened last inning when a run scored. Just got to get outs if you're Garcia. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike, and he gets in the zone, 0-1. 5-2 our score here in Game 3 of the Championship Series. Top of the 9th, 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to third. Henderson fields. They go to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Double play. 5-4-3. And the Express are 1 out away here in the top of the 9th inning. And the final hope for Charlottesville is Brock Clayton. And it looks like they're trying to appeal this call here, whether the first baseman Beaver kept the foot on the bag. So they are going to call the umpires together here. If they keep the call as is, it's a double play and the Tom Sox are down to their last out. If not, miraculously, if not, they would put a runner back at first with 1 out. The biggest game of the year, the biggest call of the year. It would be hard to believe to have them overturn this here. So the umpires are talking it over. And he is out. Call stands, and there are 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Evan Garcia against Brock Clayton. 1 out away. The pitch. Swing and a foul ball. It's 0-1. The Express, who have been such an offensive powerhouse all season long, tonight have had to scrap it out and look to finish it here in the 9th. The 0-1. That's in the dirt into the backstop. Duff couldn't pick it. It's 1-1. Charlottesville coming into this year as the defending Valley League champions. They've been a thorn in the side of many in the Valley League since joining. Their dominance has been tough to match. The 1-1 is a breaking ball, and it's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Garcia winds and deals. Swing and a miss, and Strasburg is 1 strike away from a championship. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the kick in the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. If the game continues, Patrick Nias would be next. Garcia walks off the back of the mound and comes back on. On the right side of the rubber, Strasburg a strike away here in the 9th. Lefty kicks and deals. And that misses, ball 4. And the runner will take first. We're not done yet. Clayton draws the walk.
Third baseman, number 10, Patrick Nias.
And now Patrick Neas with a chance here. Garcia's first pitch. Swing and a miss. He went around. It's 0-1. Strasburg, 29 wins on the season, counting the regular season and postseason. Some would say 30. They're 2 strikes away here from their biggest, the 0-1. That is called inside, 1-1. Five to 2 our score, top of the 9th inning. The 1-1, swing and a foul out of play. It's 1-2. And the Express are again a strike away. Evan Garcia. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. Henderson has it go off the glove and not done yet again. An error on the third baseman, Henderson, as the Express were again a strike away. First and second, 2 outs, and here comes Anderson French as the tying run. So the 3rd error of the game for Strasburg. And this is what it all comes down to right here. This feels like deja vu against Purcellville. I mean, almost by the book. Garcia's got to try to shake it off and get one more out here. Meanwhile, the left-handed hitting Anderson French trying to come up with a lefty-lefty swing of his life right here. Charlottesville dugout is getting loud here. Garcia looking for one more out here in the 9th. The pitch. Fastball. Strike called. It's 0-1. Two on, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Tying run at the plate in a 5-2 game. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And again, the Express a strike away here in the 9th inning. 0-2, 2 outs in the 9th. Garcia checks and deals. In the dirt, ball 1. Anxiousness in the ballpark. 1-2, and the pitch. And a strike 3 called. And for the 4th time in franchise history, the Strasburg Express have won the Valley Baseball League Championship, and they have thrown a combined no-hitter on top of it. Strasburg celebrates around second base. They combine for a no-hitter and win their 4th Valley Baseball League Championship. The Express are back on top in the Valley League as they cap off an unbelievable season and win their first championship since 2021. Evan Garcia finishes the deal in the top of the 9th inning. He gets Anderson French looking. And on the 30th of July in 2025, Strasburg regains championship status for the 4th time in team history. And on top of it, to throw a combined no-hitter between John Gray going 7 innings and Evan Garcia going 2 is just flat out unbelievable. What a season in the 2025 Valley League season. The Express win it all once again here in 2025. Final line score in this one. Strasburg, the champion Express, 5 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. And for Charlottesville, 2 runs, no hits. They were no hit here in Game 3 of the championship series. They committed 2 errors. Tonight's game lasts 2 hours and 36 minutes. And the Express cap off their season with a championship. What a year for these Express. Going through and recognizing these guys. First, the outfielders on this Express team: Eddie Castillo, Jay Douglas, Jake McCarter, Brett Mosley, Paul Osting. The infielders: Jack Anderson, Landon Beaver, Brady Bowles, Brooks Henderson, Josh Ebay, Carter Schmidt. The catchers: Logan Duff and Eddie Morales. The pitchers: Cooper Bryan, Davis Budd, Jacob Chadwell, Dawson Coe, Mitchell Dean, Evan Garcia, Justin Gay, John Gray, Judd Hildreth, Braden Hutchison, Gavin Kendall, A.J. Lawson, Bryce Mitchell, Josh Osiander, Braxton Pope, Davis Rivers, and Jose Roy. What a year for the Strasburg Express, winning their 4th championship in team history. They come back from a frustrating Game 2 loss last night and win it all tonight by a final score of 5-2. Phil Betterly, in his first year as the manager of the Express, gets it done. A big shout out to Parker Neal, the team GM and recruiting whiz for this Express team, bringing in the best offense in franchise history here tonight, winning it all, and their 30th game of the year, knocking off the defending champs. They beat the champs tonight, the defending champs, the best of the best, 5-2. Well, this does it for another Valley League season. Strasburg wins it all, 5-2. I want to thank everyone for joining us all season long. We've had some great ball games all year, and great to see our hometown Express pull it away, and bring home the victory in front of their home crowd here tonight. Again, what a year from First Bank Park in the Valley League. A lot of great baseball, a lot of great people that put their time, effort, and energy into making all this possible from all teams in the league. And again, we want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been a great year. My 9th season as the play-by-play voice of the Express will be one to remember, and I hope to be back for number 10. Strasburg victorious tonight, 5-2, and they're champions of the Valley League for the 4th time in franchise history. Thank you for joining us all season long. This is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2025 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Have a great rest of your summer, everybody.